Spain enters Africa, World Bank confirms Dream Vision message and FW de Klerk insight. On the 23rd of November 2019, I had a dream vision about Portugal and Spain in southern Africa. I put the video up and include the messages at the end of this video. When I had the dream, I thought Portugal we could expect, but I had my doubts about Spain entering Africa. Spain had a few colonies in north, but I could not believe they would be in southern Africa. When I have the dream visions, I even doubt what is mentioned in there from time to time, because sometimes they seem too far-fetched and too far out there. Well, Spain has entered Africa. Spain is now pushing into Africa faster than ever before. I will include the link to the Caspian Report. You can watch the entire video on the Caspian Report. We know Portugal has been fulfilled. They are now operating around Mozambique and assisting in Mozambique, as well as involved in Central African Republic. So we see Spain is now also heading for southern Africa, with an eye on South Africa, Botswana, and the arrows even show Namibia. On the 26th of January 2020 last year, I had a dream about an event that would take place in South Africa that would be spoken about around the world for 5 years. I clearly saw Asians, Japanese reading it in the newspapers on a train or some underground train they were riding on. Now look at what the World Bank is telling us about COVID-19. They are saying it will end. This entire thing with COVID-19 will come to an end on the 31st of March 2025, exactly 5 years after the event. Now I want to connect a few dreams here for you to see. These are not ordinary dreams, these are dream visions. We now need to connect a few of the past dreams to open your and the nation's eyes. Praise the Almighty. The first dream vision showed me that international law will be scrapped, the ducks fly out of the tree, then the doves are shot, they are shelved, world peace will be broken and a war begins. I saw a scroll open before my eyes in the final portion of the dream where Russia nuked England. Before the missile hit, the scroll of Sina van Rensburg opened before my eyes. There was his vision written in a heavenly written language, and after I read it with my spiritual eyes, it rolled up and I saw the nuke or missile detonate. I had to look up what the ducks represent in the dream. According to the seer, the ducks represent South Africa, the Afrikaners. Then in August 2019 an angel appeared to me. The angel told me to tell the nation in 8 months' time your chains will come undone and you will be free. Now let's tie this all in together. The first dream, all the birds were singing in the tree, they were protected, then they began to conspire against God. When this takes place, the ducks, the Afrikaners, fly out of the tree. Then the laws are shot out of the land and then they are scrapped. Let's put this in a timeline for you to see the amazing accuracy of these dream visions. If you have not seen the videos, I will include them below for you to watch. If you are new to the channel, this might not make any sense, but the videos watched in order will make it very clear. Some of the videos are from the other YouTube channel which I cannot post on until August 2021. The laws were scrapped in March 2020. The whites, the Afrikaners' chains have come undone. They might not realize it, but the government coming for the weapons is a sure sign that something has changed now. They sense the restlessness. They have seen the change of the whites, Afrikaners' attitude and them now abandoning the new South Africa. This is their attempt now to quickly prevent the inevitable. But these chains are and have come undone not by your hands, not by a dream, this is decreed by the Most High. The century of bondage ended in March 2020. The chains are beginning to fall, they have not hit the ground. Now we see when the chains came undone, all the laws in the Western world were scrapped. They have been shot right now. The final scrapping of them will come when all laws, Magna Carta, common law, human rights are completely scrapped. This will more than likely tie into a new financial system and forcing nations and peoples to take the vaccine. And how long will this period last for? Exactly 5 years as shown to me in the dream. What was about to take place in South Africa and spoken about around the world is the same thing which has happened in every country, and it will be spoken about and according to the World Bank end in 5 years' time. Now I am going to say the following. It is risky because timelines are difficult to speak about. when the angel told me to tell the nation their chains had come undone. Their century of bondage has ended. It was a specific message for me to tell you the nation that is going to happen. It is not a message or a date from me, but a message from that angel who told me. We saw what happened in March 2020, and this is when our people woke up. Up until that point, the people were fast asleep, happy to boil slowly in the pot like a frog, slowly dying, slowly fading away. Then the lockdowns. Man plans and God laughs. While man was playing God, God was playing man. He allowed these wicked peoples in charge do their thing, knowing before they would do it that it would wake his people up here in South Africa, for the Almighty has a plan for this nation. Now the nation has awoken to the nightmare and realities of the new South Africa and do not want to be part of it. Nothing can stop this now. It is not an organization that did this. This is not some group who forced this. This is the God of heaven and earth who decreed this. Your century of bondage is now over. It does not mean tomorrow will be easier. It does not mean go back to sleep in your pot of boiling water. It means wake up, look around you. Go back to the God of Israel, turn your back on the West, bend your knee and praise the Almighty who has released you from your chains. Now what I want to say about the timeline can be wrong. The following timeline is me making the following statement based off of the dreams. Here we go. First dream on the channel tells me world peace will be broken and laws will be scrapped. August 2019 dream tells me our chains come undone in March 2020. In January 2020, the dream tells me what is about to happen will be spoken about for 5 years. Let's connect it. First dream foretells the nations were about to plot against God. They do so by scrapping their laws. The whites, the Afrikaners of South Africa, flee from this evil. This can only happen when their chains come undone, and it can only be through the hand of God. The scrapping of the laws, the chains coming undone, take place in March 2020 at the same time. The whites were locked down, the laws removed, and their chains have begun to fall off. Then in January 2020, what was about to take place ties into the laws and chains coming undone. For 2 months later, the world was locked down. This is the event spoken about in this January 2020 dream. Now what do the 5 years have to do with this? Okay, here is my interpretation of these events. I could be wrong on the time.